Hi, my friend. I hope that you are doing wonderful today, this afternoon, tonight, whenever you're seeing this. Anywho, listen. So, in my recent study, my personal Bible study, I have been reading the Sermon on the Mount. Sermon on the Mount. It starts in Matthew, the 5th chapter, and goes throughout the 6th chapter as well. And so Jesus starts out speaking about the Beatitudes, that first little section where he's giving the blessing. Blessed are the poor, blessed are the peacemakers, handing out, the blessing or speaking the blessing upon different people. So, listen, what I read today was super, super interesting and really had me thinking, okay? I want to share it with you. So, fast forward a bit to still in chapter 5, but in verse 25, and it goes like this. Agree with thine adversary quickly. I'm reading from my handy dandy Bible. Y'all, I love this Bible. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. Anyway, verse 25, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. I'm reading from King James. Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast in prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing or fine. Okay? All right, let's break it down. So here's the deal. Here's the breakdown. Here's the TIV, the Target International version. Sorry, just joking. Here's the breakdown and the paraphrase. Agree with your adversary quickly. Don't go back and forth with these folks. And you already know that you have a disagreement. Save yourself some time. Save yourself some aggravation. Save yourself a whole lot of just foolishness and frustration. Agree with your adversary quickly. You don't have to agree with what they're saying, but you can agree to disagree. You know what? I see it differently. You see it one way, I see it another way, and we're not going to come to a common ground because you're not going to be able to convince me, and I'm not going to be able to convince you. So let's just agree to disagree, and let's squash it. Okay? Squash the beef, the issue, the situation before it escalates. That's the whole paraphrase of the verse. Before, a judge gets involved, before extra people get involved, before you have to do some time, before before it gets to a crazy place, just squash it. You know what? Let them have it. Let them have it. Because it's not worth the extra stuff. It's not worth the time. And, depending on what kind of situation it is, it's not worth, you going to court over this. Let them have it. Let them have it. It's sometimes just easier to just concede and agree to disagree with a particular situation. This really resonated with me because when I looked at this verse, I saw my growth. And I remember times when I would just go toe to toe with somebody just for the mere fact that I felt like I was right. Or just for the mere fact that they challenged, what I thought or what I said or whatever. Just because, on sheer GP, general principle, I'm just going toe to toe. Unnecessarily. Just being stubborn. Just being, you know what I mean? Just being my old self. My old stubborn self that just wants to go toe to toe because how dare you, not agree with me, or how dare you question, what I'm telling you and just go. No. That's unnecessary. That's a waste of time. You see that you have grown. You recognize your growth when you can let certain things go. When you cannot be bothered by it. When you can let folks have it. Because it's a waste of time sometimes to go back and forth about stuff. So let me recap before I tell too much of my business, okay? Listen, Matthew, the 5th chapter and the 25th verse, and we're talking about the fact that we're saying that Jesus is telling us here, this is red letter, okay? This is Jesus speaking. Agree with your adversary quickly while you are in the way, while you're in the situation, while you're, in the whole toe-to-toe going back and forth. Go ahead and agree. Or agree to disagree. Go ahead and squash the situation before it escalates, before you get other people involved, before you get the authorities involved, before it goes to a place where it really doesn't have to go. Go ahead and squash it, and you be the bigger person if necessary, and deal with it in a way that's not going to take time away from other things that you could be doing. A lot of times when we go hard about certain things, we're going toe to toe about something, that time could have been spent doing something else. If the past 2 years, year and a half, whatever, of this coronavirus, COVID-19, Delta variant, all that good stuff. Well, not good stuff, but you know what I mean. That stuff, that situation. If it has taught us nothing else, it's taught us the value of time. That time is a precious commodity that we need to really, really cherish and use wisely. And we don't want to use our time. I don't want to use my time going toe to toe with someone that I'm in a disagreement with. Listen, you can have it. We're going to agree to disagree. I'm not going to say that I agree with what you're saying. I'm not going to change my stance, especially if I don't believe that I'm incorrect. But I'm going to agree to disagree with you because I want to be sure that we keep this where it is and it does not escalate. So listen, don't just take my word for this. Go and study it on your own. We've been chatting about Matthew, the 5th chapter, the 25th verse, through about the 28th verse. Listen, go talk to your small group about it. You know, go study it some more on your own time, or, you know, and just really see how it resonates for you individually. Okay? The Bible is an awesome tool if we use it. Okay, if we use it, it's an amazing tool. It's an amazing resource. But what I understand in these verses may be totally different from what you grasp. And it's different in different times of our lives. Certain things are core, but how we interpret it and what we gain, the wisdom and information that we gain is different for each one. So listen, I hope that you have been blessed by what I have shared. I love sharing Bible study. And I hope you have a wonderful day.